Forget about gold bars, priceless jewels, or stacks of cash. We're talking about a whole new kind of high-stakes robbery today. This is a story about the theft of intelligence itself, how to steal the digital brain behind some of the most advanced tech on the entire planet.
So how exactly do you steal a billion-dollar secret from a tech giant like Google? You're probably thinking of some complex firewall breach, right? A team of elite hackers in a dark room? But the real method is, well, it's a lot more subtle. And the key is this number right here. Any idea what it represents?
That's right, over 100,000. That's how many questions were used in this attack. This wasn't a smash-and-grab job. No, this was a relentless, systematic interrogation. A full-on information assault designed to make one of the world's most powerful AIs give up its secrets one query at a time.
Okay, so how does that even work? I mean, how can just asking simple questions lead to a digital heist on this scale? Let's get into the method. This technique actually has a name, and honestly, it's as clever as it is a little bit terrifying.
It's called a distillation attack, or sometimes model extraction. The basic idea is surprisingly simple. If you ask an AI enough questions and you carefully track all of its answers, you can start to map out its thought process. You're not stealing the code, not directly. You're reverse engineering its logic, the very thing that makes it so incredibly valuable.
The whole plan breaks down into a classic three-step process. First, you infiltrate. You just use the public-facing AI like any other person would. Step 2, you interrogate. You just bombard it with questions at an absolutely massive scale. And then finally, you replicate. You take that mountain of data, all those answers, and you use it to clone the model's behavior and build your very own copycat AI.
So, we've got the how, but that brings us to the really important question, doesn't it? Why? Why would anyone go to all this trouble? Well, the answer lies in this incredibly fierce, high-stakes competition that is pretty much defining our time, the AI arms race.
And let's be really clear about what's at stake here. In Google's eyes, this isn't just some clever experiment. They're calling it what it is: intellectual property theft. I mean, they've poured billions of dollars into this tech, and now they're watching competitors try to just walk away with the results.
And this really gets to the core of the motive. You have two choices. You can spend years of R&D and literally billions of dollars to build a cutting-edge AI from the ground up, or you can take a shortcut. A distillation attack lets you stand on the shoulders of giants and use their massive investment to get your own competitive model for just a fraction of the cost.
So, who are these digital thieves? According to Google, the attackers are a mix of private companies and researchers. They call them commercially motivated actors, and they're believed to be operating from all over the world, all of them trying to get an edge in this AI gold rush.
So what's the fallout from all this? Look, this attempt to clone Gemini isn't just a problem for Google. It's a huge warning shot. It's a real canary in the coal mine for every single industry that's looking to innovate with AI.
And you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from John Hultquist, a top analyst at Google's Threat Intelligence Group, says it all. What's happening to them is basically a preview of what's coming for everyone else. They are that canary signaling a new kind of invisible danger.
And here's the part that should really get your attention. If a company with the insane resources of Google is vulnerable to these attacks, what chance do smaller companies have? Any business that's training an AI on its own proprietary data is now a potential target.
And the secrets at risk are just immense. Hultquist gave this chilling example. Imagine a financial firm that trains an AI on 100 years of its secret trading strategies. A rival could just distill that wisdom without ever hacking a single server. But it goes deeper than just stealing a recipe. It's about learning how the chef thinks. This opens the door to manipulating the AI, creating new security risks, or even building a rival that can predict and counter its every move.
So this brings us to the final and, frankly, the most unsettling part of this story: the getaway. In this new era of AI espionage, how do you even begin to protect a secret that, by its very nature, has to be out there, talking to the public?
This whole problem comes down to a fundamental paradox. For an AI to actually be useful, it has to be open to questions from the public. But that exact openness, that's its greatest vulnerability. It's like building the world's most secure vault, but being forced to leave the front door wide open.
And that's the core dilemma right here. The investment to create these models is astronomical, just through the roof. But the accessibility for attackers, well, that's incredibly high. And it has to be, by design. It's a security nightmare with no easy fix in sight.
And so that leaves us with this massive, critical question.
As this AI arms race just gets faster and faster, you have to wonder who's actually going to come out on top. Will it be the innovators, the ones who spend billions to build the future? Or will it be the copycats, who have figured out a clever way to steal it, one question at a time?